Hello everybody, this is Monstertaming coming at you with another Kindred Fates newsletter. This time is for December 17th. The Combat Arena Alpha. Hope you've been enjoying playing with Salamander in Arena. I have. Since the last release, we've been working on balance changes, adjustments, and bug fixes for the alpha, most of which will be in the next patch. Added the preliminary tool needs to create the next arena. Ooh, we're using some new techniques for the construction on this one, so setup has been a especially intensive process. We think the result will be worth it though. Made adjustments to NPCs. In the next patch, you should see improvements on predictive aiming and reactions to crowd control abilities like status and status effects. Changed the functionality of some abilities. Explosion now uses Explosion's position as a source instead of Ember's position, and Kinfolks using Riptide will no longer be affected by crowd control effects or stagger. All that sounds pretty good. Fixed issues with some abilities such as hook slingshotting a kinfolk into the sky instead of pulling them towards the user, teleport sometimes rendering the user invisible until the character swamp, and explosion and sports firing beneath the ground in Riverside. Never saw the Riverside bug, but I've basically played almost exclusively Forest since the patch because the game just decided it hates me. But the hook, that's like top tier, top priority for the alpha anyways. Not like top priority in development, but just that's like the number one thing that I think that needs to be fixed in the alpha because it makes Salamurder so inconsistent and so hard to play, almost useless because of how random his viability is, and it's really hard to judge how effective of a kinpoke he is because of just how random Hook is. Teleport that that's a wonderful switch. That includes making it so you can actually teleport out of quicksand, because like right now it just turns you invisible in quicksand and stuff. That would be amazing, and then I can already imagine Explosion and Scorch going underground instead of hitting your target would be super annoying. So all of those sound like wonderful fixes. Visualization for the swapping convo cooldown, very nice. Made some adjustments to rein in the noodliness of some characters, including player character and single player, Ember and Lumala. Yeah, Lumala and Ember are kind of noodly. I can definitely understand that. I am very sad to see that there's no mention of reverting basic attack damage back to normal. Um, they did say balance changes. Maybe they'll consider it. If any devs are watching this, I beg you, please. Like the volleys and burst are just so bad now. Like they just do like no damage, and it makes ranged feel a lot worse to play. Now I understand why Inku was always complaining about melee. Like I not that I didn't believe him, but I didn't know how he felt because I didn't play melee much. But I know how he feels now. This has made range so much less satisfying and so much more unfun to just see like just tiny little chips of damage going away. I mean, they literally cut the damage in half for I think the volley is it the volleys or the burst. One of them got their damage like literally cut in half. But yeah, it's pretty bad. Single player. Before we get into the meat of this newsletter, we want to take a second to talk about the goal we've been working towards with the single player side of the game. As some of you may already know, we intend to find a publisher to complete the funding in the game. In order to achieve that, we've been working on something called a VSL, Vertical Slice Lite, self-contained playable demo that includes many of the single player's core features. This gives publishers a better idea of what the final version of the game will feel like. Shows them what we can do. As the sprint, we feel that the VSL is in a good place to start showing publishers. We won't have more news on this front for a while, but we'll let you know we have more we're able to say. We spent a good deal of time the sprint playtesting, making quality of life changes based on feedback, adjusted the difficulty of the single player across the board. In this early version, we want to demonstrate the full breadth of content much more than we want to punish players' mistakes. This also lays some critical foundation for difficulty settings in the future. Add a visible experience bar under the health bar. Made our saving system more durable. Added version support for our save files. Added a window where you can view old tutorials you've already seen. We previously only showed them once, and feedback's been clear. Sometimes we want to go back to the old stuff. Additionally, tutorial pop-ups at the start of the game display an input for a brief amount of time so they can't accidentally be skipped. This allows you to these only show on your first playthrough of the game. Added a sprint key to support holding sprint key support, so holding shift gives the human character a burst of speed, and added fast traveling based on discovered shrines, NPCs not take fall damage, and add obstacle world pickups. And here we go to look at that process. So here we go. I want to point out that we have some tonics in here, weak tonic and a green tonic, which is some new items. It's under the medicine tab of items. Don't know if they will be holdables or just like, potions or something like that from Pokemon, but be interesting to see. Here we can see you have your missions, your team, your setting tabs, and all that stuff. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything we're particularly missing out. I mean, we can pause it on. You can see team, missions, help, settings, safe. Everything pretty basic there. Not missing too much. Our terrain is starting to look pretty good, so we continued to add various points of interest. In particular, we're sprucing up an area for certain NPCs to set up shop. When it's done, we have a gorgeous vista spot and a cozy place for a merchant and you to hang out. Cool. We're working on some new things to single player we're really excited for. We implemented 2 new abilities with them now. Completed at least 1 ability of every variety that we plan to have in the full game. Variety ability meaning skill shot, melee, dash, cone, minion, etc. Is there a cone um in uh in the alpha right now? Is that what righteous light is? Does that count as a cone? It's more like a beam than a cone, I would think. I would say righteous light feels more like a skill shot than a cone. But well, they did say etc. So it could be something different, like a line attack or something. Anyways, cone sounds interesting. Also finished work on 2 new songs. Some neighbors taking a break around Christmas, so you might not see much from us then. Because of our next newsletter falls on New Year's Eve, we decided to do it 2 days early. So, December 29th. So they're actually doing the newsletter early. That's interesting. I like to see that. So I'll see you guys then, obviously. But until next time, this has been Monstertaming signing off. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye. God bless, and see you all next time. Bye bye.